Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 143 and today is a very special episode for two reasons. Number one is that finally my mustache has returned and my standard tie has been put back in my suit, and I cannot tell you how much better I feel because of it. I mean, seriously, that mustache, I mean, even the little mustache that we had that was partially grown back, it was not a good look. So hopefully next time me and Iskalls do any form of challenge or anything like that, I'm the one that wins, because I personally really want to see Iskalls wearing shorts. I think that's going to be the next challenge, is that you have to be wearing shorts, and I personally think he would look hilarious with them. And speaking of Iskalls, something very interesting happened on the Minecraft Twitter just the other day. So here we are, and as you can see, it's a very lovely looking Twitter account, and if we just scroll down, they pick a block of the week, and this week's block of the week is this rather wonderful looking block right here. And obviously, if we take a look at the replies, pretty much every single one of them is to do with Iskalls. I obviously chimed in myself, but I feel like we should build a monument to this moment in Iskalls' base. I think he'd appreciate that. Huh, strangely, I don't actually have as much diorite as I thought I did. Are we actually gonna have to go out on a diorite mining session? I mean, surely we don't have to do that. Now, I know that you can craft up the stuff, but have you guys seen the crafting recipe? 2 quartz and 2 cobblestone gives you 2 bits of diorite. Are you insane? I'm not using 2 bits of quartz to make... That's just bonkers. Now, I want at least 1 full inventory of diorite to play this prank, so I've popped down into my little mining zone, which is incredibly dangerous and filled to the rim with various different mobs, and I'm going to try my best to gather some up. That is much better. I am so glad I didn't decide to craft this stuff. The thought kind of crossed my mind as I have a lot of quartz in storage, but that would have been such a waste because diorite is actually relatively easy to get your hands on. Okay, let's run over to Iskalls' base and let's build part number 1 of this prank. A massive 32 by 32 cube of diorite. At least a partial cube. Anyway, now I've been looking around for places to build this thing, and I would say this looks like the spot. Right on top of this hill, we've got a relatively flat space to work with, and it's going to fit in with the other builds that he has in the area. This is going to be perfect. Right, let's start measuring this thing out. You know what, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I think this might actually be too big. I've been building it up, and I had a plan for... Yeah, it's a little bit too big. I know that sounds ridiculous, but trust me, I have plans here. Oh, is it though? Yes, it is too big. Okay, I'm gonna punch off maybe 10 blocks. 20 by 20 is big enough. Okay, let's start again. Completely blank slate. Decided to start from fresh. So let's build this up from the beginning once more. So let's have a look at the new size of the diorite block. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So we kind of have... We have this cube, and then we have this wall over here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'm going to place in the top. And then what I thought we'd do is put a party hat on the top of this thing, just a big old party hat, as if the diorite block is celebrating being block of the week. So that is now all finished. We have got 1 gigantic block of diorite on the top of this area here, and it is... Yeah, it fits right in with the environment. We've placed that in quite nicely. So now it's time to start work on the actual party hat itself. And I was thinking, we kind of build it over here. We'll build it off to one side. And, I mean, this is going to be a really difficult one to construct. But I'm thinking yellow concrete and also a handful of other very bright different types of blocks. Just on the top, up like that. And then maybe we can put a face on it. I'm considering putting a face on it. Now, I'll be totally honest, I can't remember the last time I needed yellow dye in Hermitcraft. I can't think of anything that I've made this yellow. Oh, other than the roofs of the market stores. But either way, we don't really have any, so I'm having to go out basically daisy picking, or whatever these things are. Dandelions. Now, I'm hoping this should look quite good. So we have this, and then... Was that? So that's 2 blocks, that's 1 block. And then this is going to be the 2 blocks up at the top. And that should do our party hat on the top right here. At least the actual main blocks fit. Wow, the wings on that thing are amazing. That is awful. That looks like an Inca temple. That is, yeah, that is... I really should have been looking at that while I was building it. Jeez. That might be one of the worst things I've ever built. Okay, let's take this down and start again. I'm hoping this new setup is a little bit better. I'm kind of nervous. Dude, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. What is that? How does Iskall make hats look good? No, that's awful. Maybe if I start adding in the spots, it might improve things potentially. Oh, that looks a little bit better. Okay, that's definitely improved things. That looks a lot more like a party hat now. Okay, this is okay. I quite like the blocky shape as well. I think that's... yeah, that will look good. Yep, that works. That actually kind of looks like a party hat. Obviously, this isn't meant to be the best looking build on the planet, that's for sure. But that kind of does the trick. Now, I'm trying to work out what we should do around this area. I hope Iskall doesn't mind, but I'm actually going to borrow a handful of his fake grass blocks. These blocks right here. And I'm going to use them around the base of this thing to kind of merge it into the environment. If he actually has any. By the look of things... he doesn't actually have any around, so I'm going to have to go and pick some up from my base. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Obviously, he can use all of this stuff after I've built the prank. He can keep hold of it, so I'm not stealing it, I'm just borrowing it briefly. Yeah, I think that's okay. Now, I'm wondering, okay, I don't know if I'm being stupid here. I don't know if I'm being stupid, but I wonder how difficult it would be to make arms coming out the side of this thing. So we have like a little arm that comes down like this, then out the front, and then some thumbs up. Because what I thought we could do is we could have either side with a thumb up. We'll give it a face, like a happy smiling face. Obviously, he's already got his party hat up there. And then, of course, we're going to have a massive sign probably somewhere about here with a big arrow pointing at it saying block of the week. That's kind of the goal here. But arms is a tricky one. I might take some inspiration from old Mumbo Cactoni here, because he's got some pretty nice arms on him. So if we kind of do them in a similar style, we could be onto something. I think maybe. Let's give it a go. You know what? Originally I wasn't 100% certain that this would be good, but that kind of looks like an arm. Sort of. Maybe a little bit. I think maybe I'm considering taking the edges off this diorite block as well, so it's a little bit more like this, a tiny bit more rounded. I think that might be an idea too. Oh my word, that is not a thumb. This is more difficult than I was expecting to... oh, jeez. No, that doesn't look good at all. What on earth am I meant to do with this? That's a little bit better. Okay, we've toned down the amount of detail that we had. I was trying my best to make kind of like a fist sort of shape with the fingers and things, and that wasn't working out. That actually looks quite a lot cooler. Okay, now all I have to do is replicate that on the other side. Also, with the blocks removed from the corners, I definitely think this thing is looking much, much cooler as well. Yeah, very, very nice. Alright, okay, let's build the second arm. But sadly, we have completely run out of diorite. We're fresh out of diorite, so I've had to pop down into my little area here to pick up some more. But I have to say, now that I'm looking around, we actually might struggle a little bit with finding any. Oh, there's some, but it's being guarded. We've got guarded diorite here. Well, we managed to get it all collected, and I've now built the second arm with the thumb, and there it is. There is our diorite block with its thumbs up. Now, I'm wondering which thumb looks better. This one is 3 blocks tall, this one is 2 blocks tall. You know what? I mean, I'm looking at I've got my thumb up in front of me here. I feel like my thumb is definitely longer than that one. I feel like this one looks a lot better. This guy looks like a boxer. He's built like a rugby player. This is hilarious. So there is like the actual structure itself. You can see how massive it is compared to all of the other structures that are in Iskalls' space. And yeah, he is looking really, really cool. Now we have to work out what this face is going to look like. The face is a bit of a tricky one, because I want to make sure that the face is like, I want it to be grinning as if it's super, super happy that it's managed to win block of the week, but also I want it to look really goofy, much like all of Iskalls' builds once again. Oh, I've just taken a step back from this thing. Yeah, that is pretty spot on with the brief that I gave. Maybe slightly bigger eyes, potentially. No, I think they need to be toned down a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna take out those ones and take out these ones. Nice! Nice, nice, nice. Okay, I wonder if we add in some black concrete or black wool or something like that and put that up at the top. Maybe something a little bit like this. Then maybe something a little bit like this on the other side as well. Oh yeah, that is gonna look good on the front of our diorite right there. Now obviously to build this thing I needed a whole bunch of resources, so I've just popped back to the base. I've gathered up a whole bunch of red concrete. We've got white concrete powder, we've got light blue for the eyes, we've got the black concrete to do the eyebrows, and I have some spare diorite and everything like that. I basically replenished all of my supplies so that we can finish this thing up, and then we need to start thinking about how we're going to be doing this sign, because the sign is kind of, well, arguably the most important part. But of course, before we even start work on that thing, the face had to be built, and we have got one final tooth left to go. I think it goes up in this corner right here. It's a big old tooth. So here goes. I am very curious to see what this face looks like now that it's actually on our diorite beast block type thing that we've created. This is going to be, I imagine it's going to be quite odd looking. So here goes. That is really horrible. That was the strangest noise I think I've ever made in one of these episodes. But more importantly, B, oh my word, that is a they're so disturbing looking. But also quite kind of cute in a way. Like he's got his party hat on. That is Oh, I'm a big fan of this thing. That's really sweet. I'm actually, you know, the more that I look at it, the more it grows on me. I think it's adorable. In a kind of strange, slightly scary way. Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, I'm so glad that that has come together well. In fact, I gotta say, I really didn't have much of a plan for this prank. Originally, I was just going to build a giant diorite block with a party hat on top, but then, you know, all these extra ideas have come to me, and it's rude not to build them. But definitely this sign. So first off, we need to work on the arrow, and then, yeah, block of the week will go somewhere around about here. Oh, I really do hope that Iskall likes this thing. So I think for this arrow, I'm going to use a combination of red hardened clay and diorite. Now, I'm wondering, should I be doubling up the size of the blocks like that, or should I leave it how I did with the bottom? So we either have... Yeah, that looks too chunky. Okay, so we're going to stick with the bottom style. So we're going to take out those blocks that I just placed. And yeah, I'll wrap that around the outside of an arrow that bends upwards like this. And then the writing will go up at the top. Okay, I lied. I've actually changed the arrow. So now we do have a thick border around the outside. And I've also made the arrow slightly bigger. And it looks considerably better now. So as you can see, what we're moving on to here is the background for all of the letters. So this is going to be fairly similar to our TNT land sign, but I think what I might do is I might make the blocks wrap around the red letters. So say for example we have, how high are we going here? We're going 5 blocks high. Yeah, I think that looks quite good, I guess. And then if we place blocks going in and up and around like this, then that's going to make the border of the sign. So it will drop around some of the letters and kind of make it look like the diorite is molding around the words. Yes. Yes, that's looking good. So it's going to say block of the week. Oh, and I probably should say, to anyone who's wondering why there's no mobs spawning on these unlit builds, is because Iskall is in a mushroom biome and no mobs spawn in those things, which means that, I mean, I would love, in the future, I would love to have a base in a mushroom biome. That must be incredible. Imagine not having to worry about mobs at all. That is insane. And I would say we've made a very good start on this thing. Oh yes, my vision is coming together. I cannot wait to see what Iskall says to this one. I can't tell if he's going to like it or absolutely hate it. Maybe this will convert him over to diorite. Let's just hope that that happens. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is this thing all finished, done and dusted, completed, and done. I mean, I ran out of ways to say that it was all finished. But anyway, if we fly out over here, I mean, I'm sure you guys know what to expect. But there it is, block of the week. There he is, looking all happy. It's as if this guy is the actual block of the week. Like this thing himself is block of the week. He's extremely happy about it. So I'm really happy about this thing. I think it's great. I'm quickly going to shoot around this place and just do a quick clear up and make sure that we don't have any missing areas or anything that could trip us up or potentially affect Iskall's first impressions, because we don't want things to be looking dirty. But so far, yeah, I'm chuffed to bits. So the last thing that I want to do in today's Hermitcraft prank episode is I want to ask you guys, what should this be called? What should it be called? I have absolutely no idea at this point in time. There's plenty of potential options, and I want you guys to comment them down in the comment section. Now, I have let Iskall know that I have built this thing in his base area, and I do believe he will be uploading his video of his reaction on Monday, so be sure to check out Iskall's channel. I'll put a link to that one down in the description. He hasn't seen it yet, but I think he's going to be popping on tomorrow to check it out. So as I say, I can't wait to see his reaction to this one. I imagine it's going to be confusion, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of typical Iskall laughs in that video. So be sure to check that one out. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this episode on the Hermitcraft server. If you did, please sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.